Solving quadratic equations by factoring. So we have a quadratic equation here, that is 2x square plus 5x minus 12, and we have to solve, that is find the value of this variable x, and you have to find this value of x by factoring. So we have to find the factors of this quadratic trinomial. Here it is an equation because on the right hand side I am seeing it is equal to 0 and equality sign is over there. So I have steps here. In the first step we will write this quadratic equation in standard form. In fact, you already have this in standard form because you know that a standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c, that is equal to 0. So here it is exactly like that. It is matching with that. 2x square plus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0. So I don't have to do anything with reference to the step 1. It is already in the standard form. And next we have to find factors. So before going to these factors, we have to verify and see if any common factor is available in all the three terms. Like in this 2x square plus 5x minus 12, look for any greatest common factor. You don't see anything. So now let us go to the regular process of finding the factors of this 2x square plus 5x minus 12. Earlier we discussed different process of finding the factors. Let us go back to the same process and work it out. Now what is the value of a? Here we see that a is matching with ax square is equal to 2x square. So I'll write a is equal to 2 and bx is matching with 5x. So bx is equal to 5x. That tells me b is equal to 5. And plus c is equal to negative 12. That is c value. The value of c is negative 12. So these are the three values obtained from 2x square plus 5x minus 12. A is equal to 2, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to negative 12. Now, what is the next step in this process of factorization? I'll multiply a with c. So the product of a and c is 2 times negative 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Plus times minus is negative. So I'll write negative 24. So the product between this 2 and 12 is obtained. And you also have the value of b. So now I'll go ahead and find two numbers whose product is negative 24 and the sum is 5. Okay, so where do you write your sum? The sum goes here, that is 5. The sum of two numbers is 5 and the product is negative 24. That is the product. Okay, so look for two numbers. The first number goes here and the second number there. Two numbers whose product is negative 24 and add should give you 5. So the factors of 24, you can just try this way. 24. In fact, it is negative 24. I'll come to it later. Now 2 and 12. 2 and 12. What is the difference between 2 and 12? That is 10, but I'm looking for 5. It won't help, and so you can go further. And remember, because of the negative product here, one of the two factors has to be negative. Okay, next one more number. 2 can divide 12. How many times? 6 times. Is it of any help? No. Further, like what I'm saying is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 and 6. 4 plus 6 is 10 and 4 minus 6 is 2. So it won't work. One more I'm doing. Again 2 can divide 6 3 times. So I think now we have the required numbers. Look at this. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. And of course 8 times 3 is 24. And you are looking for negative 24. So one of these factors has to be negative. If it is negative, which one I have to put negative? Definitely 3 has to be negative because I'm looking for a sum of 5 and the product negative 24. So look, 8 plus negative 3 is giving you positive 5. And 8 times negative 3 is 24. Here I can also remember that when the sum of the two numbers or sum of those two factors, if it is positive, the bigger factor has to be positive and the smaller factor is negative. And make sure that the product is always this product. Okay. Now, by default, I'll also try to write the bigger factor as my first number and the smaller factor as the second number. Just it is not necessary, but just for our convenience, let us have the bigger factor, that is 8 is greater between those two, between 8 and negative 3. I'm writing 8 there and negative 3 is here. If you want, you can as well write negative 3 and 8. That's fine. Okay. Now we'll break down this given quadratic equation 2x square plus 5x minus 12 by separating this 5. 5 I want to write it as 8 minus 3. Okay, so let us see. I have 2x square plus 5x that I want to write as plus 8x. So I'm changing 5 as 8 and you are not supposed to. This is the given problem. I cannot change its value. So because I wrote 8x here, I have to go back and write minus 3x so that 8x minus 3x is again 5x only. Nothing is changed here. The given problem is still the same. Only 5x is written as 8x minus 3x, right? Okay. Now we will draw a box that you can also call it as an area model for factorizing this. You can as well use distributive property, but since it's drawing a box and getting the factors is easier, let us do it that. Alright, now I will enter these 4 terms into the 4 boxes. Let me write down here 2x square, 2x square in the first, 8x, then minus or negative 3x, minus 12. Okay. Once you enter these 4 terms into the box, let us look for the common factors horizontally and vertically. So we are going to look for the factors in this way, that is horizontal line and also vertically. So the first one here, I have 2x square and 8x. Okay. Now between 2 and 8, what is the greatest common factor? Between 2 and 8, I know that 2 can divide 8 and that's all. And x square I have here, there it is x. So 2x is appearing to be the common factor between these two terms. Therefore, I'll take 2x out. So out of 2x square, from 2x square, if you take off 2x, 2 and 2 gone, and x squared divide x is nothing but x. So I'll write here x. That is 2x square is factorized as 2x times x. Similarly, this 8x, that 8x divide by 2x and c, what happens? 8 divided 2 is 4 and x cancelled out. So 8x becomes 2x times 4. See, 2x times 4 is 8x only. Nothing changed, and we got a common factor, 2x in both of them. Now in the same way, let us go down to the second row, minus 3x or negative 3x minus 12. What is the greatest common factor between 3 and 12? Of course it is 3, because 3 divides 12 and nothing else. That is 3 is the number there you have. That is the divisor of 12. So I just take out 3, and both of them have a negative sign. Hence I'll write negative 3 out. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and this negative 12 I can write as negative 3 times 4. We know that 3 times 4 is 12. So negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Now the important thing, let us look at this. I am seeing 2x as a common factor on this top row, and this 2x can be taken out. So that 2x as a common factor between those two is taken off, and remember, you are left with x and 4 here. Now in the same way, in the next row, I am seeing that negative 3 is a common factor. So I'll write down negative 3. It came out, leaving behind x and 4. See, the same x and 4 are left over. Then this is x in that first column. X is common in both of them. I'll write that x on the top. And in the second column, you are seeing 4 out. Take that 4 out. Okay. So we broke down these 4 terms of the given quadratic equation, 2x square plus 8x minus 3x minus 12, into its factors by taking out the common factors. Now I'll write the top one first. The factor of this is it is what? X plus 4 is there on the top, times what is left over here? 2x minus 3. So these are your two factors of the given quadratic trinomial, or that equation, 2x square plus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0. So that is factorized. We broke it down, we factorized into this form. That is, on multiplication of these two, you'll get back the same 2x square plus 5x minus 12. So now you know that this is equal to 0. Now, so we fulfilled the second step. You got the factors. Now from the factors, you go to the zero product property. What is that zero product property telling me? It tells that whenever the product of two or more factors, if it is equal to 0, then either the first factor is 0 or the second is 0, or both of them are equal to 0. So let us take both are 0, and after writing zero property, I just have to solve those two linear equations. Okay, so let us do that. I have here x plus 4 times 2x minus 3. So you know that the first factor is a linear equation, and it is 0. X plus 4 is equal to 0. Then 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3 is also equal to 0. If x plus 4 is equal to 0, then what is the value of x? For what value of x this becomes 0? So I just subtract 4 on both sides to give x is equal to -4. See, I cancelled out. Here you got x is equal to -4, and over here I'll add 3 on both sides. Adding 3 on both sides, this 3 and 3 got cancelled, so you're left with 2x is equal to 0 plus 3 is 3. And what is the next step? I'll divide by 2. So to make that x by itself, it is 2. Sorry. Divide by 2. That cancels off 2 and 2. So you're left with x is equal to 3 over 2. Those two are the solutions or the values of x. That is, x is equal to -4 comma 3 over 2. Those two are the zeros or the roots or the solutions in this case, because we are solving that equation. So you can say that this is my answer. And I always suggest you to verify your answer. Whenever you solve such problems, please verify. How do you do that? I'll show you here. This is our given equation is this 2x square plus 5x minus 12. 2x square plus 5x minus 12. Let me write here. 2x square plus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0. In the first case, you have x is equal to -4. So x is equal to -4. I'll substitute there. 2 times -4 square plus 5 times -4 minus 12 is equal to 0. That is, this given quadratic equation, we got the answer as x equal to -2. That value of x equal to -4, we are substituting here. So I substituted. Now I have to find its value. That you can directly do it by making use of your calculator. Let us use calculator. Type in 2 parentheses -4 square plus 5 parentheses -4, close the parentheses, minus 12. Hit enter. See, my answer is 0. So this is true. This value of x equal to 4 is right. Now substitute x is equal to 3 over 2. Let us verify that also. X is equal to 3 divide 2. Substitute in this. 2 times 3 over 2 square plus 5 times 3 over 2 minus 12, and the result must be equal to 0. Then only this will be your solution. Okay, let's verify. I'll again substitute here. Start with the 2 parentheses 3 divide 2, close parenthesis, and then square. Don't worry about writing it as a fraction in fraction form. Just 3 divide 2 square is fine. Plus 5 parenthesis 3 divide 2, close the parenthesis, minus 12. Hit enter. Is your answer 0? Yes. So this is true. that value of x equal to 3 over 2 is also correct, right? Now, the process, you all got it, I think. Just it is this way. I write it in standard form, make sure that it is in the standard form, and afterwards factorize. Factorizing process is simple. You know that this product 24 you got from A and C, and look for two numbers whose sum is 5, etc. All that you can do. So please try to go back and see wherever you have to, and I want you to try these two problems. At the end of this screen here I have the first problem is 3x square plus 5x minus 12 is equal to 0, and the second problem is 4x squared minus 7x minus 15 is equal to 0. The process is just the same. It is exactly the same thing. You just have to find the factors and solve it. Okay, please try. All right, thank you. Thanks for watching.